Bom dia a todos, voltamos aqui ao pavilhão Susana Bastos em Odivelas, onde estamos a transmitir esta que é a final da Champions League de Goalball. Sejam muito bem-vindos a esta emissão, comigo, Bradley Hope, que vai comentar todos estes jogos em inglês, língua nativa deste jogo internacional, e que é necessária para que todos os que nos estão a assistir à volta do mundo consigam acompanhar estes fantásticos jogos que vão decorrer aqui até domingo ao final do dia. Bradley, up to you.
Well, it was a fantastic start yesterday with a brilliant game between Sporting CP and Moscow GT, and Sporting got the victory. They're the home team, hosts, and they wanted to get off to a good start, and they did just that. We've got a full day today, lots of games coming up in the men's competition. In the men's, it's separated into two groups, A and B. The first game of the morning is going to be from Group A, and it's going to be Invasport from Ukraine versus Aisti Sport from Finland. Two teams which I'm sure will both of them would love to get off to a perfect start this morning.
Because everything needs to add up until Sunday. Every game counts to the playoffs and to the finals. So every point could mean the difference between going to the final or staying to the playoffs.
Absolutely, every team will want to try and get as far as they can and be in that final on Sunday afternoon. And each team has an opportunity to do that. Sporting, of course, got off to a great start yesterday, but there are plenty of really strong teams in the men's side of the competition. It's only the men's that we're focusing on today, and it's going to be a really, really interesting day with lots of great players and lots of great teams competing.
I will ask to our team to show the teams, because they are warming up to the game, and we'll start showing you guys what's happening here in the Pavilhão Susana Borges. And Brad will tell you who the teams are.
Here we go then. It's time to introduce the two teams in our first fixture of the morning, starting with Invasport. We have number 1, Vasil Olnik. Number 2, Anton Stushuk. Number 3, Vitaly Hopanenko. Number 4, Hanvi Tushenenko. Number 5, Rodion Zaharin. And number 7, Alexander Tobakov. The coach, Fede Dubrovlin, and the assistant coach, Anton Dubrovlin. And now with Aisti Sport from Finland, number 2, Vilmontanen. Number 5, Viljo Hinsanen. Number 6, Markus Tumaki. Number 7, Simi Hinsanen. And number 8, Mika Honkinen. The assistant coach, Petrus Verhunen. And on staff, Samuel Lepola. The two referees are Bulent Kinyon and Ruth Modera.
First game for both of the sides in the men's side of the competition, and in terms of the players, it's a fresh set of players that I'm really intrigued and really excited to watch and how they get on. A real mix for the Ukraine team. All the players are from Ukraine, so they've got that advantage that they're all from the same country.
It's almost a selection of the best of the world, of the
best of the country, and it's same with Finland as well. All the 5 players who are in the Aisti Sports squad are all from Finland.
So they will be more together. They know each other better.
They could do, and of course the language barriers as well
it's
might help as well. So it'll be really fascinating to see how these two teams get on. Of course, it's hard to sort of almost predict who's going to win this first one, because it's been so long since obviously these teams have played in a competitive competition, and you almost need that first game to find out who are the stronger players, who are the best adapted teams. It'll be really interesting to watch this opening game and find out who is maybe the stronger team and maybe who we think could progress throughout the tournament.
Because there are a lot of factors in this first game. They will mesh up together. The court, it's new to both of the teams. They will both have to understand the court and the sounds that the court makes. It's a first game. It's really important for a tournament like this.
Absolutely, and we also talked yesterday about the weather, of course, as well, which could play a really crucial factor. It's another really nice day here in Lisbon.
Northern teams.
And it's absolutely Ukraine and Finland, where the weather might be a little bit colder this time of the year, so they've got to adapt to that as well. For the first game, it's also just getting used to it, like you said, the court, the surroundings, and the tournament as well, and getting used to playing with each other again. So it's going to be a really fascinating watch, this opening game, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
We are 1 minute 30 to start the game. Both of the teams are being checked by the referees. This time I think we have Portuguese referees. Ruth Madeira, I think. Ruth Madeira, and Bulant is Turkish. Is the Turkish referee, and I think one of the best in the world.
1 minute to go.
So just under a minute to go then for our first game of day 2 here in Odiveles for the Super European Goalball League Champions League. And as you mentioned, the referees just going through the final checks for the players, making sure they're just checking the eye shades.
At this time, they are all being checked with the eye shades, even the ones that are not playing at the beginning.
So we have the two starting threes then for this one. For Invasport, we have number 1, Vasil Olnek, number 4, Vahari Tishenenko, and number 7, Alexander Topakrov. And for Aisti Sports, we have number 2, Vil Montanen, number 5, Leo Hitsanen, and number 8, Mika Honkanen. So those are the two starting threes. And we mentioned yesterday, of course, Moscow had only 3 players. These two teams have a bigger squad, so they've got the chance to really refresh the team and keep it for a long tournament. That is really crucial.
Even in a tactics point of view, you can change the players for grabbing the best out of each one.
Absolutely. As the minutes tick down in the halves and maybe a team's getting tired, you can bring on a more powerful thrower who can finish the game off.
I would like audience to keep quiet while the buzzer is in play. If you have mobile phones, please turn it off now. Invasport will start with the ball. Quiet, please. Center.
So we're going to start with Invasports. Bulant Kinyon, the referee, hands the ball over, and it's the first throw of the morning. Comfortable stop down the centre though for Aisti Sports, and the number 8 Honkanen, who's in the centre on this near side now. Good throw down the near side of the court is blocked.
Started strong.
Wide, please. Play.
Oh, what a start this is for Invasport. In just over 20 seconds gone. And it's Vasil Olnek who gets the first goal for Invasport Ukraine. What a start. And again, yesterday we saw an early goal. Again, we've seen the same this morning.
Quiet, please. Play.
So the ball crosses the halfway, so it's now a ball over back to Aisti Sports.
Quiet, please. Play.
The team from Finland. Oh, fizzing effort has stopped.
White, please. Play.
Now, if you weren't with us yesterday, you might notice the clock behind both goals, which is a new rule for this for these Champions League, which is the 10-second marker rule, which means the throw has to be thrown back inside the 10 seconds. It's to speed up the game, to make the game even more exciting than it already is.
And it's going okay because we didn't see anyone passing the 10-second rule.
No, we didn't.
And a second goal.
And that is a second goal. And it's Invasport who double the lead.
2-0.
And it is that man, Vasil Olnek again.
Quiet, please. Play.
Thuamaki now, the number 6 for Finland, who will throw. He opts to go diagonal, good block with the feet by Olnek. Olnek responds, he's already got 2 to his name so far this morning. Great start for Invasport Ukraine. Oh, is it potentially an own goal? It is! Well, we saw it yesterday and we've seen it again this morning, and Invasport have given Aisti Sport their first goal of these Champions League games. Well, they'll be really frustrated with that. That's not the way you'd want to concede a goal, surely, in the morning.
As we were saying yesterday, is that this kind of thing that meshes up with your head.
Absolutely.
But they come back real strong.
They
with another
certainly
goal.
do.
Quiet, please.
What a response. Invasport already 3-1, and they've put that mistake behind them. And now Aisti Sport will have to try and respond again, and they do! Incredible!
God.
What a fantastic start to this game this morning. Aisti Sport respond. Vilmontanen, the number 2.
White, please. Play.
Just using his right hand to touch the crossbar, just to orientate himself.
They are already trying the diagonals. Yesterday they started really late in the game with the diagonals. It means that they already know the calls, the training that they have been done in the warming up.
Yeah, we certainly saw some really interesting warm-up routines before the game, and they were aiming for the corners, putting all the power they can into it, trying to isolate one-on-one situations. Oh, brilliant stop. Just got his midriff over that one. It was a brilliant stop diving to his right by Thuamaki. Thuamaki looks to try and respond and goes for that corner. Tip round the post.
Almost.
White, please. Play.
Locked out. Quiet, please. Play.
Well, Vasil Olnek for Invasport has got off to a great start, and the power he can generate in his throw and the accuracy is really, really impressive this morning. The ball just bobbles towards the goal line. Can it be stopped? Oh, just on the line. Brilliant work in the end. Vilmontanen, the number 2, and he responds, goes for that corner.
Locked out.
White, please. Play.
And we see from here the other elements of Aisti team warming up.
Oh, another brilliant throw.
Probably there will be changes in the team in the next few minutes. And now 4-2.
4-2 to Invasport, and as you quite rightly mentioned, Simi Hitsanen is just standing in the technical area.
just happened?
10 seconds. 10 seconds. Team penalty, Aisti Sport.
10 seconds, I think.
Official timeout clarification.
He's showing the green card,
He
which
certainly
means he
is.
has something to say to the referees about the decision that was made.
So yeah, that's a new rule for this year, which is the video assistant referee, which a coach has a green card and can be used at any time to protest a decision. If the protest, however, isn't valid,
He loses one timeout.
he loses one timeout and the green card as
So
well.
put your money where your mouth is.
Absolutely.
As they are talking, I will tell to all of our viewers to tell us where are you watching from, so that we can make a shout out. I see here Enrique Toivola, who yesterday told us about the Moscovitz shirts, and she said they were really beautiful. And today she's starting again with the fashion because she said she's really excited with those banana shirts.
They are. They're very luminous yellow. It's a really standout colour. And this is our first chance with the VAR, where the referee's just gone over to check the...
We are watching here also.
So it's Aisti Sport.
Can
who
we
are
see the replay
protesting-
again?
Who are
I will
protesting
ask
that
to
decision.
our technical team. There you are.
Protest decline. 10 seconds.
Well, it is a valid ball. It did land in both the landing and the neutral area. So if that is the decision that Aisti were protesting against, I think it's an invalid protest.
They will lose their green card and one timeout.
Goal judge. Goal judge.
They will, and also they have a penalty against them here.
Yes, they lose the protest.
So this is a really good chance here for Invasport to get their fifth. As the ball's whipped forward, brilliant throw!
Great goal.
That power in the throw, brilliant from Invasport.
Goal Invasport 5-2.
In a perfect angle and really difficult to defend a ball like this.
Play.
Absolutely, it was Tishanenko, the number 4, with a venomous throw. This, and it's 5-2 to Invasport Ukraine. Good power
So
in that one.
we are with 7 minutes from the first part. Each part has 12 minutes, but the counter stops every time that the game stops. So
Correct. And there is 3 minutes at half time as well.
Quiet, please. Play.
So at the moment, just over 7 minutes remaining of this first half.
Out.
Wayward this time.
and good morning, João Delfim. He's from Lisbon. I'm really sad, and I have to say to all our viewers that Bradley wouldn't have the time to take a visit to Lisbon, because he will be here watching these magnificent games
Well,
all of the days of this staying.
I would much rather be here personally. It's fantastic. Although Lisbon, from what
You
I've
need to
seen,
come back.
I will come back. I'm sure I will.
Out.
It's a fantastic city from what I've seen so far, and what a venue and what a place to have such a fantastic competition. Ooh, that's an awkward one to defend, but defended well in the end. Mikko Hokkinen, the number 8, 32-year-old, playing in the centre. Awkward, oh, just over the crossbar, brilliant save from Markus Thuramaki, the number 6, just got his midriff over the ball and it
And
fizzed
you
over
see
the
a
crossbar.
the power of a play like this.
Absolutely incredible.
And I remember to all our viewers that the ball is particularly heavy.
It is. Yeah, believe us, it's not easy to throw that ball. It takes a lot of power, a lot of skill. And these are the best in Europe competing for a brilliant prize. Looking for that corner again, out of play though.
Quiet, please. Play.
Monson on this near side, just goes centrally, easy to defend with those two players being able to come across and really block the ball out. Want to try and isolate one-on-one. Good save down the centre though. Mika Hokkinen,
And the game slowed down a little.
It has. There's no. It's
Probably a tactic from the coaches
could be.
to keep the strength for the later part of the game, probably. Because we saw a really fast start
Yes.
with a lot of goals and a lot of things happening. And down, they are.
Yeah, the pace of the game has really slowed down, and just as you say, taking the time, conserving their energy. But the throws, the power in the throws, quick response though this time, and it's blocked. And again, another.
Probably testing the defense because
Yeah.
they need to know where the other guys are.
Absolutely.
So 5 minutes to go. And 5 to Ukraine and 2 to Aisti Sport.
Timeout called
And a timeout.
by Aisti Sports.
And now the coaches will pass the information that they need, adjust what they need to adjust, and probably we'll see a faster game now and again.
Well, the one thing the coaches, of course, will definitely want to be telling the players, of course, how long's left in the half, and that will really be a determining factor.
Great goal, this one.
It really was.
But he was running towards the ball.
He tried his best,
Yeah.
really tried his best to get
Almost
that.
got it.
But that is the perfect throw if you're... And this was the decision that was protested against, and it just bounced just before.
But we have the possibility to see it over and over again. The referee counts.
No.
You see it at the full speed.
And this is where the video assistant referee will be a huge help going forward. And we restart. Oh, what a great start after the timeout. Well, whatever the coach said, Kuchitsas Villanen, is worked, clearly. And that is a
Told
goal.
you, they will change the tactics.
Lockdown.
And clearly, we are seeing it faster and stronger.
Quiet, please. Play.
Yeah, those timeouts also can be used as just a recovery for 30 seconds just to get a bit of a breath back. And the power already in those throws after the timeouts. Vil Montanen, who's been probably the key player for Aisti so far. He's got a few goals. He's got the first
And a goal.
first goals. And a long ball called. So this is a great opportunity now for Aisti Sport to get within one. And just like that, as soon as you think Invasport pulling away,
It's a penalty.
it is a penalty. Long ball was called.
Quiet.
And this is a really good opportunity now.
Play.
Montanen goes for the corner. Brilliant finish. Oh, the celebration to match. He was delighted with that one.
It's a great execution, but a great attempt to defend.
It certainly was. He guessed correctly. Just a little bit late maybe, but the power of that throw was something to behold. And now it's only one that separates the two teams.
Ooh. And our camera has been attacked.
The camera's just had a bit of a bash. But there was an indication of how powerful that throw was. The bench and the camera moving forwards. These guys really get serious venom in the shots. 5-4 though to Invasport. Good block with the legs on the far side. Quick reply down the centre, saved. that this game is coming from Group A. And it's a good save there again on the near side. So Group A, we have Sporting CP, Invasport, Aisti Sport, GC Perun and Moscow GT. So Invasport at their 6th and restore a 2-goal lead.
6-4. Quiet, please. Play.
3.5 minutes remaining of the first half.
Out.
Wide, please. Play.
And the number 7 of Aisti is still warming up. I just see him doing some push-ups.
Out.
And he's probably the secret weapon for the second part of the game.
It'll be interesting,
Right.
absolutely.
He's a really big guy, which will occupy a lot of the line.
Yeah, Simi Hitsanen is on the technical area. He's been warming up for a few minutes now.
Yeah.
Awkward one to defend there, but defended it is. And it is an early start this morning, a 9 o'clock start, so just having to warm up and make sure they must...
Even for us.
Yes.
It's not the bright sunny day that we are wanting at that time of the day. And a goal.
Oh, and it bubbles in. Invasport have their 7th, and they're pulling away now just before half-time. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left on the clock. And these minutes just before half-time can be so crucial. If Invasport can build a good lead going into half-time, they'll be in a good position to try and win the game. So a reminder, of course, we had one game yesterday, and that was Sporting CP against Moscow. Sporting won 13-7 and got the first points on the board in Group A.
Two minutes 30 to the end of the first half. And the game is oscillating between fast and slow, strong and quick.
Yeah, Invasport just scoring at the right times. You know, what they're doing really well is when they score, they get another one really quickly as well to put the pressure on their opponents.
It's the principle of mind games, I think.
Absolutely.
They need to be really focused. We talked about yesterday about this. And a goal.
8-4 and Invasport, well, this is a really good period.
And if you fill your mind with doubts, you don't have all your senses together. And in this game, senses are really important. So.
Absolutely. Well, just over a minute ago, there was only one goal to separate the two teams. It was 5-4, and now already it's 8-4, and that just shows how the game of goalball can just suddenly swing one way and then the next. And from Aisti's point of view, they'll just want to try and just remain calm, try and get another goal, although that is not what they want. They've given a penalty away for a long ball. It was number 6, Marcus Thuamaki, and this is a chance now for Invasport to grab their 9th goal. And a reminder, which, of course, if your team is 10 goals ahead, the game stops and the team wins.
Wide, please. Play.
Oh, down the centre, and it was Marcus Thuamaki who just opted to go right. Probably wasn't the most accurate of throws, but did the job.
It doesn't need to be beautiful. It just needs to be a goal.
Absolutely. And Invasport at the moment are clinical this morning. It's a great start for the Ukrainian team. Another good block down on this near side. It's been a really good half for Vasil Olnek. He's got a few goals, he's defended really well. 50 seconds remaining of this first half, and timeout has been called.
Explaining again to our viewers that every time that the game stops, you see the volunteers mopping up the floor, because everything needs to be really tight and clean for the players to feel everything that they need to feel on the field, and to listen to the ball bouncing back in the court. So it's really important for them, and it's made every time that the game stops.
Absolutely, and the court layout, you'll see the white strips. They'll have a wire in them, or a bit of
For them
string.
to feel it with
Absolutely.
the fingers.
So
with
just
their body.
orientate themselves on the court.
Quiet, please. Official timeout. Movement check.
So just readjusting the goals. They have to make sure the goals are right on the line. They're just checking the eye shades of Tishanenko, making sure that the eye shades is on properly. So each player, of course, has eye shades, and they'll have patches over the eyes, mainly for comfort, but of course it's across the board that everyone has to wear eye shades, because some players have different vision impairment, but in goalball everyone is the same. They all have to wear eye shades.
Because technically you can have a player that sees. It's allowed to have one of the players without visual impairment,
Correct.
so they need to be checked and covered. The last few seconds for the end of the first half. We are 4 seconds away of
Wide, please.
stopping for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah, at half time. So this will be the final throw. There goes the hooter. And that is half time in our first game of the morning. Invasport versus Aisti Sport. And it's fair to say that Invasport, in the end, are in a really strong position going into half time. And what it was a game that was a bit nip and tuck. It was at one point it was 5-4, and then suddenly Invasport broke away, and those goals before half time could be really crucial.
Yeah, of course. I will ask our director to show us some of the replays of what happened in the first half, and we have great moments of goal ball. This is the first goal. This is the second goal. And this is a tricky one because it bounces in one of the players.
Unfortunate. It really was unfortunate for Aisti Sport, that one. It was a good save, but it just trickled in, and there we go. That was the own goal.
This one is really sad because this breaks the mind of the player.
And it's a huge credit to Invasport for responding and getting back and hitting back and getting a goal and going back 3-1 in front. And at this point, it was 2-1, it was 3-2, it was really close. And that was the one that was really close, and that was the one that was protested by Aisti Sport, and just landed in front of the landing area, and that was the penalty. And they've been taken really well. Clinical from both teams, actually. It's interesting, all the throws, how close they get to the edge of the landing area. That one was a bit more safe, but it was unfortunate just going through the legs of Vilmontanen of Aisti Sport.
It seems that in this game, or by the confusion, or by the diagonals and the angles, because the most advantage points are all covered by both of the defenses.
Absolutely, and you'll notice that yesterday we saw a lot of those diagonal balls going for the corners, and that is to try and isolate one-on-one, because if you go down the centre or if you're a little right or left of centre, then you've got two players that can come across and block the ball. It makes it harder to score, so they'll always try and go for those corners, try and isolate, get those one-on-one situations. And it just feels that in those last couple of minutes, Invasport just got ahead of the game, getting to 9-4. They're in a really good position. If they score another 5 goals and there's no response from Aisti Sport, that will be the game, 14-4 with that 10-goal lead.
And we'll know all about it in the next 15 seconds when the second half starts.
Absolutely. It's going to be another very interesting half of goal ball.
I remember no.
So we'll just listen to the referee for the start of this second half.
Second half of the game, with Invasport on my left and Invasport on my right. Half-time score, Aisti scored 4, Invasport.
I remember to our viewers that the teams don't change fields because of the COVID procedures, and for safety reasons they will keep the game, the part of the court each time of the games, so it's safer for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And normally the teams would change ends, but we're living in strange times.
Yeah. And everybody needs to adapt.
Absolutely.
Quiet, please. Play.
And a goal.
Long ball called, in fact, against Vitaly Hapanenko, the number 3, who's come onto the court, substitute. Very close, but it was a long ball. So a penalty here for Aisti Sports, and a chance now to try and reduce the deficit. Montanen, great save.
Great defense.
Great save, and he's made up for his effort. Vitaly Hapanenko gave away the penalty, but he saves the penalty.
Wide, please. Play.
And those are the moments that Aisti Sport will want to try and take, and that will make them feel deflated, not taking that penalty opportunity. 9-4 down.
Wide, please. Play.
Another replay of that great save. Well, this time, Aisti Sports, this one does count, and that's crucial that Aisti Sport have got the next goal.
Wide, please. Play.
It's one of the difficult ones.
Fizzing effort down the centre of the court is blocked. Hapanenko responds, but has his effort saved in the centre. Aisti will reply.
Blocked out.
Wide, please. Play.
The speed is coming again.
Yeah, this is where the teams will have to manage their effort levels, and
Blocked out.
when there's those quick replies, there's a lot of effort and a lot of energy that's being used.
And it's interesting because we are talking about speed, and each counter-attack needs to happen in less than 10 seconds. But the 10 seconds can be managed to speed up, slow down the tactic of the game, the strategics of the game.
Here we go, going for that corner.
Look down.
That was the substitute, Apanenko.
Quiet, please. Play.
Blocked. Oh, and it just
my
trickles
God.
past the post. That
I
was
need to see the
close.
replay of this one because
Wide, please. Play.
oh my God, it couldn't be.
High ball. Player A.
A whisker away, as we'd say in the UK. A whisker away. So close.
Penalty.
And a penalty given against Aisti
Wide,
Sport here, so this is the chance
Play.
for Apanenko. Oh, but it's wide. It's well wide in the end. Well, we've had 2 penalties in this second half, and both
Quiet,
have
please.
been missed.
Play.
Great chances have passed both teams by. And here is Vil Montanen. Montanen goes right of centre, and it's blocked.
One thing is that it's really interesting for me is that yesterday we saw the coach of Moscow who really stressed up and it was like just being in the game.
Yes.
And today the coaches are really cool, keeping it cool and trying not to pass too much emotion to the field.
Yeah, the Aisti Sport coach, Petrus Vilhunen, is
Play.
just standing in his technical area. And that was the penalty that is taken by Invasport this time, and it is 10-5. So a reminder that another 5 goals without a reply for Invasport, and that would be the game done.
Yeah. But it makes sense that some of the players need to be calmer and some of the players needs to be reminded what they need to do because the trainer needs to connect with the needs of the players. So
And the advantage that these 2 teams have is they have a big squad, so they can change things when they need to. If a player is either a bit tired or maybe even injured, then of course they can bring them off and bring them on and keep the fresh faces. Whereas obviously yesterday with that Moscow GT, it's harder for them as the ball just trickles over the crossbar. Oh, and it gets a really big round of applause from Simi Hitsanen. He enjoyed that one, just trickled over the crossbar.
I was replying to João Delfim that Aisti is from Finland, but Enrique already responded, so yes, Aisti is from Finland, and Inva is from Ukraine.
Yeah, we have teams coming from all over Europe to play in this tournament.
Quiet, please.
And we have viewers from all over the world, so tell us where you're watching us from, to us to say a shout.
Look down.
Fizzing effort blocked on the far side. Marcus Thumaki.
Wide,
He'll
please.
have the opportunity to reply.
Play.
Just leans on the crossbar. You sometimes see the players lean on the crossbar to get an extra bit of power.
Or going outside of the field, on the corners of
Quick reply. Oh, brilliant save with the feet. Just stretching, using the whole body. You'll see that the players will put their hands up in the air, close their feet, and really spread themselves across the goal line. Just got to be careful with the shot clock here.
the number 7 player of Finland still is warming up, and I'm still waiting for the change because I'm really curious with this player. But I don't know, maybe now? No, not yet.
Timeouts called.
Both of the coaches are passing the instructions. There are 7 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock of the second half, and the result is 10 to Inva Ukraine and 5 to Aisti Sport from Finland.
Aisti Sports have got a long way to come if they want to try and get back into this game. First game of day 2 here in Odiveles. Oh, off the post and in. Brilliant throw from Vitaly Hapanenko.
Goal, Invasport.
It is 11-5.
Quiet, please. Play. Lockdown.
And Hapanenko in the action again, saving this time.
Number 4. Number 2.
So Tishenenko comes off for Invasport, and he is replaced by Anton Strelishuk. The number 2 for Invasport Ukraine, Anton Strelishuk, comes onto the court. And the referee, every time a substitute comes on, he'll show the player to the goal and put his hand on the crossbar so he can orientate himself in the orientation area.
Oh,
Good save. That was an awkward one.
Quiet, please. Play.
Well, Simi Hitsanen, he's almost been like a second coach. He's been on that in the dugout here all game, really driving his team on. He's really supportive, and that helps.
It's really cool because every time they defend a ball, he presses his hands, and he is really feeling it. Six minutes to go, and it seems that we're gonna see the game until the end because it's improbable. But oh my God!
Oh, that takes 3 players to stop the ball, that they stop it just in the nick of time. Then the response. So timeout, Aisti, and another chance for the coach just to get his message across. So just looking back on the records here for Aisti Sport, last time it's in 2017-18. The final rankings were determined after 4 stages, so that just shows how the competition has adapted over the last couple of years. Of course, this year, the 2021 season, it's just one big tournament that will decide the winners of the Men's and Women's Champions League. But back in the 2017-18 season, it was determined over 4 stages, and the rankings were placed after the results from all those four stages, and Aisti finished 5th out of 9th in that year. Let's see if they can go one better maybe this year here in Odiveles.
Quiet, please. Play.
kept it.
He did, otherwise that would have been a ball over back to Invasport. Throw towards his near corner, he's blocked.
Wide,
Again is
please.
again slowing down.
Play.
Because they need to keep their strength.
Yeah.
There are a lot of games going on until Sunday, so
Oh, what a brilliant throw. That is the strongest throw, I think, of the 2 games we've had so far. That just flew out of the hands. The power and the venom in that throw.
even in slow motion is effective.
Yes.
So
Play.
Absolutely, what a throw that was. It's 11-6 now on the scoreline, with 5 minutes remaining of the second half.
Wide, please. Play.
and
But Invasport replies straight away. 12-6. And that is the sign of a good team. When they concede a goal, they respond straight away.
almost look like that they have strengths kept to these moments.
Wide, please. Play.
Invasports, clearly they feel like they have a really strong squad with the likes of Vasil Olnek, who was scoring the goals in the first half, and now with the likes of Vitali, Hapanenko, Toporkov as well. Hapanenko looking to go for that same corner that he scored last time, off the post, but it's wide this time.
Quiet, please. Play.
There'll be a official's timeout here as the eye shade of Mika Honkanen just comes off, so they're just going to have to replace the eye shade. Well, it's been a really impressive performance, this, from Invasport in a game that was quite close in the first half. It was 2-1, 3-2, 5-4, and then they took the game just before half-time and really pulled ahead.
And it's a perfect match to start the day because it will start the tone of all of the day of the game. And finally, we'll see the 7 playing.
Yeah, Simi Hitsanen comes on.
He was really eager to come and play, and I'm really eager to see him playing. So let's see.
So he
Great
replaces,
expectations.
absolutely, he replaces number 2, Vil Montanen.
Now imagine he enters and he sets 6 goals.
That would be one of the greatest individual performances goal ball has probably ever witnessed. That would be fantastic. Well, can he do it? It's a long way to go. 4 minutes is a long time in goal ball. A lot can happen. This time it's Mika Honkanen who will throw wide of the mark this time.
Quiet, please. Play.
That was tricky.
Long ball has been called. Penalty against Invasport, and a chance now for Aisti Sport to try and get their 7th and reduce the gap to 5.
Wide, please. Play.
Tuomaki, who's going to take this one for Finland, number 6, 27-year-old. Oh, it's another brilliant save from Hapanenko. He's made 2 brilliant saves.
This proves that you can defend a penalty.
Quiet, please. Play.
And what a save.
Brilliant save. Vitaly Hapanenko. So 3.5 minutes remaining of the second half. 12-6 on the scoreline, and it's now 13-6. And Invasport hit back once again. Every time Aisti Sport feel like they may try and build some momentum, Invasport hit back.
It seems that they don't let them breathe.
No.
Each time they catch their breath, and a goal comes.
Relentless. And clinical as well.
Quiet, please. Play.
So we have a Go See Me from Akseli Makanen, I think. Sorry for saying your name wrongly, and sorry for every wrong thing that I say in English. My English is a little bit rusty, but I will try to a little bit.
I think your English is very good.
Thank you.
Quiet, please.
You are very much kinder than my team that is telling me on my ear that I don't speak English. But you know, you can't choose your friends.
Wide, please.
Not family, yeah.
Play.
So excellent decision bringing. Okay, I think that the commenter that was clearly born to do this, it's you. And I will thank, and I'll thank you also, João, for.
Well, 2.5 minutes remaining of this second half, and it's been a really
Quiet, please.
intriguing game, certainly in that first half, but Invasport have pulled ahead now, and it's just been a game that every time Aisti Sport feel like they can get into it. What a save, by the way, off the crossbar. But Invasport, just every time they've conceded a goal and you think Aisti Sport maybe have a chance, they hit back straight away. Sign of a really good team.
Official timeout. Team penalty, 10 seconds, Aisti Sport. Number 7 to defend.
We are not sure of what happened, but there are 2 minutes on the clock, 2 minutes 20.
Play.
Well, there is a penalty here for Invasport off the post.
Oh my God!
And they can't take that opportunity.
That took some of the paint off the.
Yeah, the goal really moved back after that one. That just showed the
Wide, please.
power.
How heavy is the ball? I think it's like 2 kilos or something like that. One minute 40 to go, and remember to all of you, to all of our viewers, that the next game will be Ansa against Bruxelles, and if you want to watch that game, you just need to follow the playlist that is available on our YouTube channel of Kuriakos TV, and we'll be here every day until Sunday to find out who are the champions of goalball for 2021.
Play.
Absolutely, and Invasport are trying to make their mark. Oh, it's another brilliant save, diving to the left. We've seen some terrific saves from both teams, and that this time was Simi Hutsanen diving to his left.
Long down.
So just over a minute remaining, and at the moment Invasport have this game
Play.
all sewn up. And they'll just want to try and take their time here, Invasport. They won't want to rush. Just
1 minute to go.
there's no need to panic. They are in a really strong position here.
Aisti Sport.
And a timeout here has been called. 51 seconds remaining on the clock. So in total today we'll have 12 games to bring you here, and I can guarantee you each game is going to be a very
Epic.
good watch.
Because all of the teams are a long time waiting for a competition like this.
Quiet, please.
Absolutely.
Everybody brings their A game to
Long ball number 7, Aisti Sport.
So a long ball called against Simi Hintsenin,
we have a penalty.
and it is a penalty. It's a penalty here for Invasport to make it 14-6.
Play.
Vitaly Hapanenko has the ball in his hands, goes for the corner, brilliant throw. Another really strong throw and a brilliant finish from Vitaly Hapanenko.
Play.
14-6 into the final minute. Ooh, off the post.
I think that they were aiming at us.
Yes.
It was something that you said, Bradley, probably.
I don't know what against Invasport. I think they've been brilliant. But that's amazing already, you know, into the final few seconds, and the intensity and the power that they can generate after 24 minutes of goal ball. It's quite something. Hapanenko now to respond, and good save. Incident.
Wide, please. Play.
And
Game.
it ended. Ukraine takes 14 goals to 6 goals for the Finlands. The Finnish. And it's time to finish also. We'll be together with you guys like 10 minutes now. No, 4 minutes to the next game. 4 minutes to the next game. So see you soon. Bye-bye.